So basketball is one of the most popular sports in the world. And even though obviously America is the best country in the world for basketball, it's where the majority of players play, there's actually a country that you could argue is probably more passionate about the sport than America, and it's the Philippines. Remember, the Philippines obviously haven't been the most successful basketball nation in the world. There are players like Jordan Clarkson, who one of his parents is from the Philippines, and then there's guys that have been naturalized Philippines players like Andre Blatch that have made their national team somewhat competitive. And then obviously there was Kobe Paras, who a lot of people thought was going to be an NBA player, but he's kind of faded. However, by the looks of it, there is one player, a 16-year-old from the Philippines, who has the potential to be an NBA superstar, and that is Kai Soto. So before this video starts, I'd just like to say I'm doing it daily December. I'm uploading a video every single day this month. And if you guys like basketball content, subscribe, it would mean a lot. We are trying to hit 70,000 subscribers by the end of the month. And it's crazy. It took like 7 months for me to upload 3 videos before this. We've done 3 in 3 days. So hopefully we can manage to get 31 in 31 days. Well, that's what we're going for anyway. 3 in 3, so it's a good start. But anyway, now let's get on to the video. But for those of you who don't know who Kai Sotto is, trust me, you will know who he is very, very soon. Kai Sotto is 16 years old, born in May 2002. And he's 7 foot 2 inches tall. Yep, 7'2" and 16 years old. And not only that, he's not like most guys that are that height, that young, that can't really move. Kai Sotto moves incredibly well. And although a lot of these clips you're going to be seeing him playing against guys 1-2 years older than him, who are a lot more physically developed than him, so he's having to play as an out-and-out post player, when you watch him play in the Philippines against kids his own age, Kai Sotto can handle the ball. He can shoot a little bit. He's also quite fast. He's mobile. He's really coordinated. He can move laterally very, very well for someone his size. So as far as 16-year-olds in the world, there's not that many more that are as interesting and have as big an upside as Kai Sotto right now. Kai Sotto's a guy who in a couple of years could be the #1 pick in the NBA draft. And as a 16-year-old right now, he's currently in the Philippines senior national team setup. And who knows, he could end up making the final roster for the 2019 World Cup, which would be unbelievable for a 17-year-old to make it. He's also apparently been offered a 5-year, $1 million contract with Real Madrid in EuroLeague. Real Madrid, obviously one of the top teams outside the NBA, arguably the top team outside the NBA, and were the team that Luka Doncic played for last year. From what I've read, his agent wants him to join Real Madrid and go down the same route that Luka Doncic did, and a similar route to Kristaps Porzingis by joining a professional European club. However, there is definitely some benefits to him staying in the Philippines that a lot of people haven't really looked at. In the Philippines, Kai Sotto is the superstar. He is the future. They will do whatever they can to make him as good a basketball player as possible. Whereas in Spain, he's just going to be another really good player. However, obviously there are major advantages to playing for Real Madrid. He has the potential to make a EuroLeague squad. And even if he doesn't end up playing EuroLeague while he's over there, even being in the second team at Real Madrid, he honestly still is going to be a very, very high draft pick. You don't even have to be playing majorly in EuroLeague to be a high draft pick. Doncic is just an exception. No way is he going to go over to EuroLeague and be MVP. But also, training day in, day out for Real Madrid, he's going to be coming up against guys like Eddie Tavares, Anthony Randolph, and Gustavo Ayón, who are all former NBA players. He's also going to be coming up against Felipe Reyes, if he doesn't retire, who's one of the best EuroLeague players, that I've ever seen in my lifetime. That's obviously much, much higher competition than anything he'd face in the Philippines. These guys are all NBA level players and could all hold their own playing in the NBA right now. And the better players you're coming up against, the better obviously you're going to get in general. But at the same time, putting him in too high, throwing him in the deep end may not be the best idea, because you never know how people are going to react. Obviously, Luka Doncic excelled being thrown in the deep end, playing pro at a young age, but some people don't, and you have to gradually work them up. And if that's the case with Kai Sotto, trying to play him EuroLeague straight away, bringing him over and expecting him to be a EuroLeague player straight away may not be the most beneficial thing. As well, obviously, as I said, him being the single superstar in the Philippines, that could obviously help him, and it could honestly even help his draft stock. If scouts are looking at the FIBA Asia Cups, they are looking at these FIBA World Cups, all of these teams, Kai Sotto is going to be a star in. And to be fair, if he does go to Real Madrid, he can still come back and play national team for the Philippines. But you never know, they may not put as much preference in him if he's not playing in that country. But at the same time, I honestly do think that the best thing for him would be to go to somewhere like Real Madrid. Even though it would completely get rid of his college eligibility in the United States, I don't think that going to America is going to be the best thing for his development anyway. Because personally, I feel the way they train players in Europe is superior than the way they do it in America, because all you have to do is look at it. There's probably 1/500th of the amount of people that play basketball in Europe than there are in America, and there's a lot of good European players in the NBA. And also the fact that Europeans aren't as athletic, or they don't tend to be as athletic. A lot of even the players and coaches look at it from a more fundamental standpoint, look at the game of basketball that way more than anything else. And I think that's going to be more beneficial for Kai Sotto in the long run, because you just never know what this kid's going to be like. He could end up being a 7'4", 7'5" guy who can run the floor, who can shoot the ball. He could just be another Porzingis, but even longer, which a lot of people probably don't even think is going to be possible. He's only an inch smaller than Porzingis now, and he's only 16 years old. So you never know how tall he's going to end up being. He could be the next unicorn, and for that reason, I think he could definitely be a number 1 pick in the NBA draft. This summer, he played in the FIBA Under-18 Asia Cup against guys 2 years older than him, and he did well. Played in the Under-17 World Championship, and while the Philippines team didn't do great, he looked really good playing against guys, the best players in the world, a year older than him. So you just don't know how good this kid's going to be. One of the most intriguing players I've ever seen, just seeing the way he moves at his age, just seeing the way he can shoot the ball, seeing the way he passes the ball, his court vision, his ability to finish with both hands. This is a guy that you are going to want to watch over the next few years, because I'm warning you guys right now, this guy more than likely will be a top 5 draft pick, could even be number 1. And obviously a lot of what I'm saying in this video is kind of a best case scenario with Kai Sotto. Right now he's extremely weak, and when you watch him play, he does tend to get bullied by obviously much stronger players. When you watch him play in the Under-18s, he got bullied an awful lot by say 6'9" guys who'd almost fully developed, who were like grown men. But again, he's a skinny guy who's just turned 16. That's going to happen. But if he does put on about 30 to 40 pounds, if he does get better core strength, and he grows even 2 or 3 more inches, which doctors have said that he could, you never know how good this guy can be. And honestly, he could be a future, like obviously he could be another unicorn, he could be another Kristaps Porzingis, but he could be a future NBA superstar. And if the Philippines had an NBA superstar, you can guarantee that he's number 1 in the All-Star voting every single year, just like Yao Ming was with obviously with Chinese people. The Philippines have an NBA superstar. You don't know how big it's going to be for that country. And I think that Kai Sotto could be that superstar. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.